Riftwalker is an interesting trait that became much more relevant in patch 13.9, is to gain an additional frontliner with Zac and transform him into a renegade to reach higher tiers of this trait. If you manage to get your hands on a Riftwalker emblem, then you have a lot more options at hand. So let's take a look at a few examples. First of all, let's talk about Zac himself. Zac's HP is based around the star level of your Riftwalkers. You have a minimum HP per star level, so his maximum HP is 3719. If you place any of your Riftwalker units twice, then it will only take the highest value. For example, here it will only consider the star level from Jhin 2 star and ignore the additional Jhin completely. While running multiple Riftwalkers won't work, with the emblem you can add a fourth Riftwalker that will get recognized. This means if you put the emblem on any 2-star unit, your Zac will gain 2 more star levels and as a consequence 786 more HP. So if you have a Riftwalker emblem in your game, you will always have to ask yourself, am I willing to sacrifice close to 800 HP for my Zac just to replace a weaker Riftwalker unit with someone more valuable? Next, let's take a look at 4 different trait interactions with the Riftwalker emblem that do come up a lot. In theory, you can give the emblem to a threat or a quick draw unit, which in return will make Zac into a threat or a quick draw. However, both of them are Aegis units, you can make Zac into a Aegis as well. This will give a nice boost to MR for your entire team and an even game. Outside of these traits, your options are quite limited. Traits like Brawler and Defender can be useful, but it's often a better idea to just connect Zac to Vex or Jhin for Mascot or Renegades. As a final note, if you end up giving the unit with the Riftwalker emblem an additional emblem, then it won't change anything. It does not recognize the trait from the emblem and only takes the lowest trait listed for the unit. Do you like maximizing Zac HP or do you prefer to cut a unit instead? Let me know in the comments. I hope you learned something and see you next time.